So I was fortunate enough to be on a clubhouse conversation with the Brazilian feminist Stephanie Ribeiro and her husband Tulio Custodio, and they were giving the lowdown from their perspective about the PP Bros and the Austin Holloman situation. So I'm going to give this rundown. I took some notes. First of all, Black women had no part in why Stephanie built up that campaign against Austin. It was not us talking to Brazilian women, it was actually Austin's own content. When he started talking to those women and putting them on video, asking if they would be willing to date him, and money situations, that's when he was put on the map. And then that's when she started going into the rabbit hole with his content. Um, the US dollar is worth five times the amount in Brazil. So $1,000 would be $5,000 in Brazil. So when these PP Bros go over to Brazil, they're acting like they're some kings, and their money goes a lot further. She talked about colonialism and compared the PP Bros to colonizers. Tulio and Stephanie both talked about racism between the white and black Brazilians. Because colonization was so big, racism and colorism is very rampant in Brazil. Brazil has a very vast black population, black Brazilians. The poorer women are ripe for exploitation, especially the darker Brazilians. They talked about how they were disappointed in the PP Bros because they kind of, they know that sex tourism is a thing, but to be exploited by black male Americans is another type of violation. And they specifically brought up misogyny and the need to control. They have heard about the whole submissive situation and thinking that Brazilians are extra traditional. Let's see. Stephanie is a feminist. She reached out to a feminist journalist, and they were responsible for getting this information out to a show that reaches millions of people. She's also working with the Minister of Travel to stop the PP Bros movement. And Black American men who live in Brazil are more upset than Brazilian men, probably because they don't want to be connected with the PP Bros movement. PP Bros are kind of like colored colonizers, and that is how these people are being seen. This is their own fault for talking so much on YouTube.